Hi guys, Mr. Starry. Today what I want to talk about is writing point-slope form equations from two-ordered pairs. Now, remember, point-slope form is y minus y sub 1 equal to the slope m times the quantity of x minus x sub 1. So remember, the two pieces of information we need to write point-slope form are an ordered pair, or a point, and the slope. Now, what you'll notice is in each of these problems, we have two ordered pairs. And guess what? It's actually not going to matter which one we use. And I'll talk more about that later. However, one thing we need in order to make our point-slope form equation is our slope. So very simply, we just have to find the slope before we do that. So we are going to need the slope formula, which is m equals y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1. Okay, just a little reminder there. So let's jump right in. So we need a point and we need a slope. We have 2 points, so let's find the slope. Remember, x sub 1, y sub 1, x sub 2, y sub 2, and we're ready to use the slope formula. M equals, my y sub 2 is negative 5, minus my y sub 1 is negative 3, over 4 minus 3. And we do some math here. Negative 5 minus negative 3 should give you positive 2. 4 minus 3 is going to give you 1. Now, 2 over 1 is okay. However, just for simplicity's sake, we're going to go ahead and simplify that to 2. Anything that has a denominator of 1, we can just write as that anything. Now, we're ready for point-slope form. So here we go. Y minus. Now, here's the cool part. We can use either ordered pair. But if we use a y value from one ordered pair, we need to use the x value from that same ordered pair. We can't intermix them. So let's do the first one here. So it's y minus y sub 1. So y minus my y sub 1 is negative 3 equals my slope I found to be 2 times the quantity of x minus x sub 1, which is 3. If you watch my other videos, we tend to not leave this double symbol here, so we'll clean that up. Minus and negative can be rewritten as plus. So this would be y plus 3 equals 2 times the quantity of x minus 3, and that would be an appropriate answer. Now, we could use the other one. We could use the other ordered pair, and it would actually, even though it wouldn't look the same, it would still be an equation that would represent this relationship. So for our second example, it's going to be the same process. We still need the slope, so let's find that. M equals, my y sub 2 is 4, my y sub 1 is 1. 4 minus 1. 2 is my x sub 2 minus my x sub 1, which is 4. 4 minus 1 is 3. 2 minus negative 4 is 6. Now, if you're good with reducing, you'll know that this is actually the fraction 1/2. So we found our slope to be 1/2, and now we're ready to write our point-slope form. Now, here's kind of the cool thing is, you know, I could use either point here, but there might be a strategy involved in picking which one you want to do or which one might be easier. I would use the second one here. That way we know we won't have to deal with any of this double sign stuff. So I'm going to go ahead and use the second point for this one. And yes, I know we labeled this as x sub 2 and y sub 2 in our first example, but it doesn't matter. You can use either ordered pair to write point-slope form. So let's go ahead and do that. Y minus my y value in my ordered pair is 4 equals 1/2 my slope times the quantity of x minus my x value. And that's it. There's my point-slope form equation. I could have definitely used that. I believe that would have been y minus 1 equals 1/2 times the quantity of x plus 4. Okay, but again, one answer is okay here. I'm not going to ask you for both, but just know that, you know, if you look at an answer key or something like that, and you're like, well, my answer's not here, it could just be that they used the other ordered pair is all. Last but not least, let's find the slope. Okay, so my y sub 2 is 0 minus my y sub 1, which is negative 2, over 3 minus my x sub 1, which is 0. Let's see, 0 minus negative 2 is positive 2. 3 minus 0 is 3. So my slope is 2/3. That's reduced, ready to rock and roll here. What I am going to do for this one, because something interesting happens, is I'm going to show you both answers in this one, just to see something unique that can happen with point slope form. So here we go. Let's write y. I'm going to use the first ordered pair to start. Y minus my y value in my ordered pair equals 2/3 times the quantity of x minus 0. Now we could simplify some things here. Notice this time we have x minus 0, so we know that can just be an x value. Also we have the double sign here, so we can actually clean that up too. Y plus 2 equals 2/3 times x. Now even further, whenever you have just one thing in parentheses, unless that thing is negative, you can actually just get rid of the parentheses. So here we go. Y plus 2 equals 2/3 x, and this would actually be your final answer. Like I said, I was going to show you the other one too, so let's kind of take a look how that would look. So let's use this ordered pair this time. Y minus 0 equals 2/3 times the quantity of x minus 3. Well, notice something unique happens here too. We can clean this up a little bit. Y minus 0, well, that's just going to be y. Y equals 2/3 times the quantity of x minus 3. And this is actually going to be your equation in point slope form. Looks very, very close to slope intercept form. And it almost is. If we would distribute that 2/3 through, then we would have slope intercept form. However, this is still point slope form, just kind of how it is right now. That's how you find point slope form from two ordered pairs. That's all I have for you today in this one, guys. I'll talk to you in the next one.